Under New Hampshire law, if a Granite Stater is charged with a crime that could potentially lead to jail time, that person has a constitutional right to a court-appointed lawyer. But not everyone is getting one immediately, according to Sarah Rothman, executive director of the New Hampshire Public Defender.
We are an organization that exists only to serve our clients, and so when we can't, it's horrible for us.
Right now, court cases in New Hampshire are being delayed because of a shortage of court-appointed lawyers. It's a problem that has plagued the state's judicial system in recent years, reaching a boiling point last year.
So a year ago, we were in the middle of about a 6-month period where we were at the height of an indigent defense crisis.
Richard Samperl is the acting executive director for the New Hampshire Judicial Council, which is responsible for making sure anyone who needs a lawyer gets one.
At its worst time, the backlog was over 1,000 cases. People needed lawyers that couldn't be assigned because there weren't lawyers to give them.
The New Hampshire Public Defender has seen a growing increase in attorney departures. In fiscal year 2018, 7 attorneys left the office. By 2021, that number was up to 19. It lost an additional 19 attorneys the year after, and between last fiscal year and the start of this fiscal year, 27 have left or given notice. That's a total of 72 attorneys. What led up to that loss of attorneys?
Yeah, it was a number of factors. I mean, COVID is an easy factor to point to, and it's certainly correct. Practicing law during COVID, during the height of COVID, during the lockdown was, it was really, really hard.
Rothman says low wages and high caseloads also played a role.
That all started before COVID, just cases not resolving as quickly as they used to. And therefore, again, you get new cases in, but your existing cases remain, and then caseloads explode.
But there has been significant progress. The number of public defender cases on hold has dropped within the last year from 1,000 to 54. Rothman says juvenile cases, clients in jail, and clients with the most serious types of felonies are never put on hold.
How were we able to cut back on that number?
That's a great question. A number of factors. I think that, the public defender went through a lot of transition, and we did kind of change our views. We had a lot of lawyers who really stepped up to the plate internally and agreed to take cases from outside of their county where they normally practice. So we called on lawyers from all over the state, to travel and to make it work.
Rothman, who was tapped to lead the New Hampshire Public Defender last year, has also taken on cases herself, something that was not typical of the position in the past. But there are other cases that Rothman's team cannot take due to conflicts of interest and other reasons. About 20 of those cases involve people who have had to wait in jail, oftentimes due to a change in attorney request.
So these are people that are being held in jail after some sort of arraignment and bail hearing in front of a judge, and they're awaiting the appointment of some sort of permanent lawyer to represent them.
The New Hampshire Public Defender expects to clear its remaining 54 cases by the end of the year.
And resume in every county in the state, just assigning the case as soon as we receive it from the court.
I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.